As Gen Z delves deeper into their spiritual exploration, they face the intersection of technology and faith, recognizing the potential of digital platforms to foster community and connection. Social media emerges as a double-edged sword, offering spaces for dialogue and spiritual expression, while also presenting challenges of misinformation and superficial engagement. However, they navigate these waters with discernment, utilizing online resources to engage with a range of philosophies and ideas that enrich their spiritual journeys. Online forums become places of vulnerability, where individuals share their struggles, insights, and triumphs, creating virtual havens of support and understanding. In these digital spaces, they learn the art of mindfulness amidst the noise, often finding solace in virtual gatherings that echo their newfound beliefs. Live-streamed meditations and virtual retreats allow them to engage with spiritual leaders and thinkers from diverse backgrounds, enriching their perspectives beyond geographical confines. As they participate in these shared experiences, the sense of community deepens, providing a collective thread that binds them together in a time often marked by isolation. Through hashtags and online movements, they amplify their voices, turning personal beliefs into collective actions that resonate with their peers worldwide. As this generation navigates the nuances of spirituality in an online world, they also confront the disparity between virtual connections and genuine human interactions. Their awareness cultivates a yearning for authenticity, prompting them to seek not just online validation, but real-life connections that mirror their values. Local meetups, workshops, and community service activities become vital extensions of their digital engagement, allowing them to foster trust and intimacy in the relationships they build. They recognize that the physical presence of others holds a unique power, enhancing their spiritual practices and creating a bond that transcends screens. In these environments, conversations flow freely, exploring the intersection of personal journeys and collective purpose, solidifying their collective identity as a generation, reshaping what it means to be spiritual in both online and offline spaces. In this ongoing evolution, Gen Z continues to embrace diversity within their spiritual lives, acknowledging that no single path holds all the answers. They celebrate the fluidity of beliefs, choosing to learn from various traditions and practices, such as integrating elements of Buddhism, indigenous wisdom, or modern psychological insights into their spiritual frameworks. This eclectic approach fosters an expansive dialogue among peers as they share the teachings that resonate with them most. By weaving together these diverse threads into their spiritual tapestry, they cultivate a richer understanding of themselves and each other, reinforcing the idea that spirituality is a journey rather than a destination. The exchange of ideas becomes a catalyst for growth, transforming individual insights into collective wisdom. As they engage in this vibrant exploration, they become more attuned to the importance of empathy, actively practicing kindness, both online and offline. This merging of compassion and spirituality encourages them to stand up for inclusive practices, confronting injustices that harm society. Through their unique journeys, they illuminate paths for understanding one another in a world that often feels disconnected, ultimately inspiring others to embrace their own spiritual quests with open hearts. As their understanding deepens, Gen Z embraces the idea that spirituality is a dynamic expression of their unique narratives and communal ties. They gather in person not only to share practices, but also to co-create experiences that reflect their collective aspirations. Workshops and retreats blend elements of traditional teachings with contemporary approaches, facilitating dialogues that are both enlightening and grounding. In these spaces, they discover the power of vulnerability, allowing their voices to be heard in ways that often feel absent in mainstream conversations. Through storytelling and shared experiences, they cultivate a profound sense of belonging that resonates on a spiritual level, reinforcing the idea that faith can thrive in authenticity. The warmth of these connections strengthens their resolve to advocate for meaningful change, showcasing their growing recognition of the responsibility that comes with belief. In the midst of these transformative gatherings, Gen Z also grapples with the question of how to sustain their spiritual practices amidst the fast pace of modern life. They creatively adapt mindfulness techniques into their daily routines, finding moments of stillness during busy schedules, whether it's through short breathwork exercises or mindful walks in nature. The integration of these brief practices not only enriches their spiritual lives, but also enhances their overall well-being, grounding them in the midst of chaos. Aware of the challenges posed by societal pressures, they cultivate resilience by establishing supportive networks that encourage accountability and growth. These relationships, forged through shared values and experiences, help to navigate the complexities of spirituality in a rapidly changing world. As they intertwine their beliefs with their everyday lives, these young individuals redefine what it means to be both spiritual and pragmatic, ensuring that their quest for meaning is both personal and actionable. In this pursuit of a balanced life, they also confront the pressures of societal expectations, leading to a deeper understanding of what it means to prioritize their mental health alongside their spiritual well-being. Engaging in therapy and open discussions around mental health, they normalize seeking help and support, breaking down stigmas associated with vulnerability. This holistic approach not only enriches their personal journeys, but also cultivates a culture of compassion and understanding within their communities. By sharing their mental health experiences alongside their spiritual practices, they foster a narrative that allows others to explore the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit without fear of judgment. Through this lens, spirituality becomes a vital component of their overall self-care, reinforcing the idea that nurturing one's mental wellness is essential to nurturing one's soul. As they navigate these complex intersections, Gen Z continues to harness their collective strength, emphasizing that their spiritual identities can evolve in tandem with their personal growth. As Gen Z forges ahead in their spiritual pursuits, they also engage in critical reflections about the role of ethics within their evolving belief systems. Grounded in a desire for action, they explore how their spiritual principles intersect with issues of social justice and environmental sustainability. This commitment to justice shapes their understanding of faith, pushing them to question how tradition can inform but not dictate their paths. When discussing volunteer opportunities or climate initiatives, they often express their spiritual motivations, revealing a deep belief that compassion and responsibility must coexist. As they champion these causes, they shine a light on the transformative power of collective action, elevating their spiritual identities into a shared mission for positive change. Embracing their diverse identities, Gen Z forges a spiritual landscape rich with nuance and depth. They actively dismantle the rigid barriers that once defined spirituality, instead opting for a framework that is adaptable and inclusive. Conversations about existential questions become avenues not just for personal reflection but also for communal building, as they invite peers to share their journeys. This openness cultivates a culture where differing viewpoints are not just tolerated but celebrated, fostering an environment alive with curiosity and respect. Within this context, they challenge the very definitions of faith, moving away from dogma toward a shared exploration of what it means to believe today. In doing so, they create spaces where vulnerability is not only welcomed but encouraged, enabling individuals to confront their uncertainties together. By engaging in dialogue about their differing beliefs, they unlock new perspectives, reinforcing the idea that spirituality can be a collective journey. As they share the insights gleaned from their personal explorations, they enrich each other's paths, highlighting a profound sense of interconnectedness that fuels their individual and collective growth. This ongoing process of discovery emphasizes how spiritual evolution is both a personal and communal endeavor, one that can adapt to the changing currents of their lives while fostering unity among diverse experiences. As they gather in these transformative spaces, the importance of storytelling emerges, creating an avenue for deep connection and understanding. Each individual shares their journey, drawing from the beauty and pain that shape their spiritual identities. These narratives act like threads, weaving together a tapestry of experiences that reflect the diversity of beliefs within Gen Z. Through storytelling, participants unearth lessons learned from their struggles and victories, finding resonance in shared emotions that bind them closer. In the warm embrace of understanding, they come to see their personal truths as parts of a greater whole, solidifying the idea that spirituality thrives when nurtured in community and dialogue. As these conversations unfold, they foster an environment rich in compassion and empathy, reminding everyone that vulnerability is a strength, allowing for growth and healing in their collective quest for meaning. Limited by rapid technological advancements, Gen Z also grapples with the challenge of navigating the digital landscape while retaining authenticity in their spiritual journeys. They recognize that the constant influx of information can be overwhelming, prompting them to cultivate discernment as they filter through myriad beliefs and practices. This process encourages them to be more selective in the connections they form online, focusing on quality over quantity to enhance their spiritual growth. By participating in discussions that resonate with their values, they create curated online spaces that reflect their commitment to authenticity and deeper engagement. In this delicate balancing act, they demonstrate a profound understanding of the need for both digital and tangible connections in cultivating their spiritual identities. As they immerse themselves in these shared experiences, the conversations naturally lead to profound reflections on individual and collective purpose. One participant boldly states, "We're not just seeking answers, we're creating them together," a sentiment that resonates deeply within the group. This moment sparks a dialogue around the importance of collaboration in their spiritual journeys, emphasizing that every voice adds value and depth to the growing narrative. In this space, differences are acknowledged as strengths, fostering a collective resilience that propels them forward in their quest for meaning and connection. As they continue to cultivate their spiritual practices, the lines between personal beliefs and collective experiences blur, allowing for growth in both areas. They discover that their unique journeys are enriched when shared. And as they celebrate individual stories, they highlight the power of unity in diversity. This realization fosters a deeper understanding that spirituality, rather than being a solitary pursuit, becomes a collective venture shaped by camaraderie and shared aspirations. In this spirit of interconnectedness, they find encouragement to challenge societal norms and spark conversations that uplift marginalized voices. The strength of their community lies in this blend of individuality and oneness, cultivating an environment where every experience contributes to a larger, beautiful narrative of faith and purpose, intertwining dreams and responsibilities. As they share their personal journeys, the stories intertwine, echoing the challenges they each face in a world eager for both connection and understanding. One voice rises above the rest, reminding them of the power of community. Together, we can redefine what spirituality means for us all. In embracing their evolving spiritual identities, Gen Z demonstrates that spirituality is not a destination. Rather, it is an ongoing journey of discovery that thrives on connection, compassion, and collaboration. This generation paves the way for inclusive dialogue, inviting everyone to partake in crafting a shared understanding of faith that honors individuality while fostering collective growth. Stay curious, Curious Corner.